What? He did not put out anything today? Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Your health and strength is good. What? And it's Monday. Today's the 30th. January. The month is over. Get ready for February. Alright, what I got for you gamers? What I got for y'all? Y'all probably was like, what? He didn't put out anything today? Chris, what is this nonsense? Let me stop playing here. Look, we talking about this Sony Microsoft situation again. You know, the saga continues. Says here, got this little article from Eurogamer. Says here, Microsoft claims Sony briefing people in Brussels in fresh Call of Duty parody drama. Nothing could be further from the truth. The saga continues. Activision Blizzard. Here we go again. Excuse me. Listen to this. It says here, the ongoing spat between Microsoft and Sony over whether the former should own Activision Blizzard, and with it, Call of Duty took a fresh turn over the weekend. In an eye-opening Twitter thread, Microsoft Chief Communication Officer Frank X. Shaw claimed Sony was briefing people in Brussels, claiming Microsoft is unwilling to offer them parity for Call of Duty if we acquire Activision. Nothing could be further from the truth, he continued, before restating a number of Microsoft familiar arguments. Says here, Brussels is of course home of the EU regulators, who are reportedly set to issue Microsoft an antitrust warning over the proposed $68.7 billion deal. $68.7 billion. That could hold your entire family for years if you spend it right. Anyway, says here, such a move would pile further pressure on... What in the world? Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I didn't ask you for no commercials. For my music. Anyway, keep going here. Keep going. They always trying to hit you with some commercials. But anyway, let me keep going here. Had to stop that real quick. Anyway, it says here, such a move will pile up further pressure on Microsoft acquisition hopes following interventions by the UK Competition and Market Authority and the US Federal Trade Commission, which have both moved to check the deal. Yeah, 68.7 billion. Then it says on here it says here, I hear Sony is briefing people in Brussels, claiming Microsoft is unwilling to offer them parity for Call of Duty if we acquire Activision Blizzard. Nothing could be further from the truth. Then it has 251 replies. Then it says, we've been clear. We've offered Sony a 10-year deal to give them parity on timing, content, features, quality, playability, and other aspects of the game. Shaw continues, referencing Microsoft's previous offer of a decade-long formal deal. We've also said we're happy to make the enforceable through a contract, regulatory agreement, or other means. Says Sony is the console market leader, and it would defy business logic for us to exclude PlayStation gamers from Call of Duty ecosystem. Our goal is to bring Call of Duty and other games, as we did with Minecraft, to more people around the world so they can play them and how they want. Shaw concluded. Then it says, Microsoft is expected to offer the EU a number of concessions to ensure its Activision Blizzard bid is accepted. With the details of these concessions reportedly due any day now, then it says, PlayStation boss Jim Ryan reportedly flew to Brussels last year to meet the EU regulators in person and expressed Sony's concern over the deal face to face. It says, speaking to IGN last week, Xbox boss Phil Spencer struck a positive tone and stated that he was more confident now that the deal will succeed than he was a year ago, simply based on information I have discussed that we've been having. Well, we know. Okay, we know about Jim Ryan going to the EU. We know that since the whole deal started, and we know Microsoft has offered, Sony deals, offered Nintendo deals. And remember, I told you about the Minecraft situation, how Call of Duty was going to be, and I also told you that that the Call of Duties on the Wii, they need to be updated so they can take full advantage of the Wii U hardware. And then when I say update, meaning that they get to be fully functional, fully functional and utilized between the console, the Wii U Pro controller, and the tablet. That's Call of Duty, World at War, Modern Warfare 4 Reflex, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops. They should be played like how Call of Duty Ghosts and Black Ops 2 is. So the Wii U got some updates coming its way, which should happen. So Microsoft, offers Sony the same 10-year deal, and then going from there. But other than that, man, the clock is ticking on this deal, and pressure is mounting, and decisions has to be made, and where they're gonna go from here. The good thing is that Microsoft is not fighting this battle by themselves. One, they got the shareholders, 98%. Two, the employees. Three, the public. Four, the countries. That's Serbia, Saudi Arabia, Chile, and Brazil. Those are countries, which means their government. So they're supporting Microsoft in all this. So Microsoft is not fighting this deal by themselves. And Sony got some questions to answer. About this whole especially Jim Ryan, about him flying out to to the EU, to talk to them face to face. So they got some. It's another drama, or another saga within the Activision Blizzard deal. But does this stop the game industry from growing or moving just because Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard? No. The game industry is going to continue to grow. Some people lose jobs. Some people move on. Some people walk away from the jobs that they're doing in the game industry to go form other studios. So, and plus there's like shows and seminars where people meet and greet and talk about gaming, and then they form groups, cliques, and start a studio. So the game industry is going to continue to grow. But Sony and Nintendo, they will still have their user base. The PlayStation user base is big, so is Nintendo's. They will continue to be in the game industry. It's just that they have to be competitive. And does this mean that Microsoft is going to dominate the market? Not unless the Sony and Nintendo fans got something to say about it. So the game industry is going to continue to grow, man, and move on from there. Sony got their own shooters that they need to update: Killzone, SOCOM, and Resistance. Nintendo need to step their game up and go on from there. But other than that, man, the clock is ticking on this deal. The FTC, they got some decisions to make. The EU, the UK, yeah, they all got decisions to make. So the deadline is approaching. In April, some decisions has to be made. So we'll see what they do. But other than that, man, it's just another day in the ongoing saga, in the saga, over Activision Blizzard. Sony versus Microsoft, or Microsoft versus Sony, however you want to put it. That's another day. Anyway, latest video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Or Dark Side. Come on. Peace.